All right, let's get into it. We're gonna be doing the final 50 players of my top 150 to 1. If you haven't seen part 1, you should definitely watch it where I do 100 through 51. Yeah, let's get into it. Give me a second, I'm struggling here. Coming in at number 50 is Jesse Bates. The Bengals defense completely overachieved and was probably the biggest reason behind their miracle playoff run. And Jesse Bates was such a huge part of it. He held up that very lackluster secondary, and I think 50 is a pretty fair spot for him. Coming coming in at 49, we got Joel Batonio. Browns have a good offensive line. He's one of the biggest parts of it. If you watch part 1, you know there's a lot of Browns alignment on this list. I don't want to talk much about it. Their O line's good. At 48, we got Antoine Winfield Jr. Last season, I thought he was really, really overrated, but he really came to his own this season. And a lot of people thought he was good after this play, but he definitely had a very good season last year. And the Bucs secondary was one of the biggest concerns that people had. He was a huge part. At 47, Stephon Diggs. Sorry, Saints fans. Um, yeah, he continued to have a fantastic year with Josh Allen. Had over 1,000. Had another 1,000 over 1,200 yard season, 10 touchdowns. Yeah. At 46 is Ryan Ramczyk, probably one of the most underrated offensive linemen in the league. Another team, Saints are another team with a very good offensive line, and Ryan Ramczyk is just one part of it. At 45 is Pro Bowl MVP Max Crosby. Not the biggest flex. It seemed like he was the only player trying, but still something. No, but he had a spectacular season, and can't wait to see him on the other side of Chandler Jones. That is going to be a scary edge rushing unit. At 44 is George Kittle. Yeah, if he could stay on the field more often, he'd be way higher. He's one of the best tight ends in the league, but his injuries weren't as bad this season. But still, injury problems did have to come in and play a role. At 43 is David Bakhtiari. You lost Devontae Adams. Okay, you still have one of the best. You still have one of the best O linemen in the league, and I still don't think people talk about him enough. He's probably the most important player beside Aaron Rodgers on that offense, and I'm saying it. Packers will still be great next season. They have him. They have Rodgers. 42 is Roquan Smith. Still not enough people talk about him, but the Bears were a dysfunctional unit last season. Roquan Smith was about the only upside that you could see from the Bears there. Consistently gets underrated, though. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. 41 is Corey Linsley. Another really good player on the Packers O line. I know. It's almost like you don't just need. It's almost like you don't just need receivers in order to win. They're gonna be fine next year. Corey Linsley, 41. 40 is Joe Mixon, injury-prone running back until coming in this year. When he had a actually good supporting cast around him, we saw what he could do. He caught touchdowns. He ran for touchdowns. He even threw for a touchdown. Fantastic season from Joe Mixon. Mixon can't wait to see how he does next year. 39 is DeForest Buckner. Indianapolis was way better than what their record showed, and DeForest Buckner was an absolute steal for them. They only traded one first round pick for him, maybe like a few late rounders. DeForest Buckner, though, huge player in that Colts elite defense. 38, Ja'Marr Chase, offensive rookie of the year, had one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen since like Odell's. Yeah, I think he was the most valuable player on that Bengals offense. I don't think they have that run without him. 37 is Demario Davis, probably the most underrated linebacker in the league. I feel like nobody talks about him, but yet the Saints had such a strong defense. If you shut out Tom Brady, that says something. And Demario Davis is the leader, the key part of it. 30, yeah, give me at 37. 36 is Chris Jones. Chiefs defense wasn't the greatest at times, but when you have a guy who can not only get after the QB but fill up gaps in the run game, it's everything you want, and that's what Chris Jones is. 35 is Austin Eckler. 20 touchdowns. 20. My only issue with him is that he's not much of a running back, but yeah, 20 touchdowns and a great dual threat option. 34 is Tyreek Hill, now Dolphins wide receiver. There's him peace signing Antoine Winfield. I don't think I have to explain to you. Tyreek Hill's been great. He's going to continue to be great. But there were receivers who did perform much better than he did. 33 is Joey Bosa, the worst Bosa brother, but still an absolute beast. Him and Khalil Mack are going to be a unit next season, and they're going to make defenses absolutely. They're going to make offensive lines hate playing them. 32 is J.C. Jackson. He's going to be your cornerback number 1 next season, and I'm calling it. He's going to be the best corner in the league. He is what Cowboys fans think Trayvon Diggs is. They think that Trayvon's some lockdown corner that gets interceptions. That's what J.C. Jackson is. J.C. Jackson's that lockdown corner. I'm absolutely a big J.C. Jackson fan, and I don't know why the Patriots didn't even try to negotiate with him, but I'll take it. He's out of the division. 31 is the better Bosa brother, Nick Bosa. Injuries have been about the only problem. Well, I mean, for both of them, they're pretty injury prone, but Nick Bosa can probably be the greatest player of all time. Like, that's actually no exaggeration. He's so unbelievably good. 30 is Zach Martin. No matter how bad it looks for the Cowboys, they always have an elite left guard. Who knows how long he'll be playing for, but Zach Martin, huge player. And there's a reason they had the best offense in the league. It starts with the O-line. Zach Martin is probably their best player on that line. 29 is Vita Vea. Another player that I absolutely like. Vita Vea is amazing. If you don't like Vita Vea, I don't know what you're doing. He's also probably one of the best D tackles in the league, one of the best run stuffers in the league, one of the best goal line stuffers, a great fullback. He's a great fullback for goal line situations. Basically, he can do it all. If it's the goal line, you put Vita Vea in, whether it's on offense or defense. 28 is Deebo Samuel, the better Swiss Army knife. He did everything. He ran, he caught, he even threw a touchdown. I understand why he wants his money, but this was his one like really good season. But yeah, he was an amazing receiver last season. Defenses had to plan completely around him. Oh, I should probably put a quick disclaimer. Number 30 down, 30 to 10 are all basically interchangeable. So if you think your player's too low, it was so hard to rank these players, okay? But at 27, we got Kevin Byard. Titans defense overperformed like crazy. And their secondary was a big question. And Kevin Byard really was... That defense completely shut up everyone. Without that defense, we all thought it was going to be the offense carrying Tennessee. It was the defense. Kevin Byard managed to stay healthy for most to all of the year, and was a big reason why the Titans had the number 2 defense in the league and secured the 1 seed. 26 is Tristan Wirfs, one of the best tackles in the league and one of the best draft steals. Drafted 2 years ago. Absolute steal for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got him at like 13, and to get probably the best tackle in the league at number 13 is crazy. Tristan Wirfs at 26. 25 is Kyle Pitts. Yeah, he had one of the best rookie tight end seasons of all time. Not many rookie tight ends get 1,000 yards. The Falcons outlived expectations, which doesn't say much because they went like 7-10, but Kyle Pitts, he was my predicted offensive rookie of the year, and if Jamar Chase didn't have the year that he did, I think his only problem is he doesn't score a lot, but that's what Julio Jones did. He's supposed to fill that role of Julio Jones. He's doing just fine. He could be the best tight end in the league next year. 24 is Tom Brady. Whoa. Don't attack me, Brady fans. He's just under a perfect system with one of the best receiving corps in the league, one of the best defenses, probably the best O-line in the league, with a great head coach, great defensive coordinator, and an insane supporting cast. Still a great player, though. Greatest of all time. 23 is Frank Ragnow. he got paid. He got paid this. I think it was like last off season, and well deserved. Lions O line is very underrated, and Frank Ragnow is the cornerstone of it. He holds that O line together. Now, if we can see Penei Sewell completely develop, they have easily a top 10 O line. They probably still do. 22 is Justin Jefferson. He had a spectacular rookie season, and what I might say, he might be the best receiver in the league next year. Another guy, not only did he get the gritty popular, which you can take that however you want, he's also a fantastic receiver. He's got like the most receiving yards out of a player in their first 2 years. Yeah, I think it's fair to put him at 22. 21 is Justin Herbert. Yeah, Justin Herbert is very underrated. There's still people who think Joe Burrow's better than him. He's a gunslinger. His only thing is, he can't win games. He had the 30th ranked defense last season. Cut him some slack. Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. I got interrupted in the middle of my video. Justin Herbert, underrated. I don't care that he can win games. He's been put in bad situations. They'll make the playoffs next year. 20 is AJ Terrell. It's crazy what this guy did. Pretty sure he barely allowed any yards, barely any catches. He was locked down last season. And the second best corner of last year. And 19 is Nick Chubb. Yeah, he's a really good running back. Some people say he's the best running back in the league. I could see the argument there, but I don't think he is, but he's really good. 18 is Travis Kelce. Continues to be such a big part of that Chiefs offense and their success. And although they lost Hill, they still have Kelce, so they can still make the playoffs. 17 is the best tackle in the league, Trent Williams. The Niners always have successful run games. It starts with this guy right here, being able to throw block, and it helps Jimmy G a lot. Jimmy G should definitely appreciate what he did. 16 is Myles Garrett. What should I say about Myles Garrett? I lost my thought. Oh yeah, he's good. I think we all know that. Incredible edge rusher. Continuously. He's so close to winning a Defensive Player of the Year. I can just sniff it. Next season, maybe the season after, he's really close to it, though. 15 is the best guard in the league, Quentin Nelson. When you have a strong run game, it starts with the O-line, and it starts with your stars on the O-line. Quentin Nelson has been the best guard in the league for 3 years. At 14 is Derwin James, a.k.a. the best safety in the league. Yeah, when he's on the field, and he is playing absolutely lights out. He can play in the box. He can play a safety position. He can play corner. He can do it all. He can blitz. Everything you want out of safety. That's what you want Derwin James. At 13 is Jalen Ramsey, the best corner in the league. Continues to be a lockdown corner. Even though the reason why everyone talks about his slip-ups is because he's so good that when he messes up, it's much more noticeable. But he continues to lock down. He even got more interceptions than what he usually does, so... Yeah, 13. 12 is Micah Parsons. Easily could be number 1. This guy might be the greatest player of all time. No lie. Like, the Nick Bosa thing was kind of a joke. This guy might go down as the greatest player of all time. He can do everything. He's not even an edge rusher. That's the crazy part. He's an off-ball linebacker. He's a middle linebacker. And he only started 4 games as an edge rusher. He is actually going to be one of the greatest defensive players that we have ever seen. Watch him. He is insane. Actually, after this video, go watch Micah Parsons' highlight reel. I do not care that he's on the Cowboys, and we like slandering the Cowboys around here. This guy is going to be in my top 5 of the top 100 next year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, fantastic player. We're not debating this any longer. This guy's going to be the greatest defensive player of all time. At 11, Davante Adams. Best receiver in the league, didn't have the best receiver season. There's one guy that is above him. Best receiver in the league, though. Yeah, him and Rodgers had an amazing connection. Let's see how he does with Derek Carr. Start the top 10, we got Fred Warner, the best linebacker in the league. You're noticing a trend here with these top 15 people. They tend to be the best at their position. Yeah. Fred Warner, Niners have had good defense for as long as I can remember when they're healthy. Fred Warner is the highest paid linebacker in the league, and he's also the best. He's like a linebacker. He's a leader. He's able to cover. He's able to rush. Yeah. And 9 is Josh Allen. He's coming off another MVP type season. He could be MVP next season, honestly, and I wouldn't be surprised. Not one bit. He played lights out in that playoff game. If his defense didn't allow the Chiefs to get downfield in 13 seconds, he would probably be he probably would have been in the Super Bowl playing the Rams. I think they could have beaten the Bengals easily. Josh Allen continuously blowing my mind on how wrong I was about him. I thought he was bad. I'm going to be honest. 2 years ago, I thought he was a bad quarterback. I thought all he could do was run, but he has proved me wrong continuously, time and time again. Sorry, Josh Allen. At 8 is the best center in the league, Creed Humphrey. Yeah, he's good. He's that good, actually. He was a rookie. If they gave awards to linemen, he would have been offensive rookie of the year. He was the best center in the league as a rookie. That just doesn't happen unless you're Creed Humphrey, apparently. At 7 is Mark Andrews. He was a spectacular player. Yeah, the Ravens are really injured. You have to have those players who can stay healthy. So, Mark Andrews was one of them. He was the best producing fantasy tight end as well. Best stats, yeah. 6 is Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he was the number 1 running back in the league last season. Wouldn't have been if Derrick Henry got hurt, but still, an absolute monster. And I need to put you in my scenario here. All right, I was in a fantasy league. I had Derrick Henry, and when he got hurt, I immediately traded for Jonathan Taylor. So I had the 2 best running backs at the exact same. I had the 2 best running backs. Jonathan Taylor at number 6. Number 5 is Patty Mahomes. He will continue to be a good quarterback. And although he had a struggle at the start of the year, he still took his team to the AFC Championship. Managed to beat Josh Allen again, and played some absolutely spectacular games. He just couldn't beat Cincinnati. I don't know why. At 4 is Cooper Kupp. Super Bowl MVP, Triple Crown winner, Offensive Player of the Year. Do I have to say more? He was spectacular last season. And there he is, getting the game-winning play of the Super Bowl. At 3 is Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. I don't think I have to say much about him. Like I said, he's a Defensive Player of the Year. Spectacular player. I don't want to say anymore. He is a monster. He tied the record in sacks, even when playing less games than who originally held the record. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. At 2 is arguably the greatest defensive player of all time, Aaron Donald. There's him after making an actual game-winning play for the Super Bowl. Yeah, there's a reason the Rams won the Super Bowl. Yeah, you notice 3 of their players are in my top 15 of best players in the league. All right. Now, if you guys can't figure out who number 1 is, I'll do a little bit of drum roll, though. It's Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back MVP, coming off of another great year. The only reason people slander him is because he hasn't been able to win a playoff game, and he's kind of a diva, but he's continuously showed he's a fantastic quarterback. I don't know many quarterbacks who get better as they get older. So yeah, this list took a really long time to make, so I would appreciate a like, a sub, and please hit the notification bell. See you in the next one. Peace.